All right, all right. It's another reaction video. Sorry, I have something in my. God, I don't know why I'm like coughing right now. I feel like I have something in my throat that wants to just stab me. But this is the what is another reaction video, and I'll be honest with you. I did question this as well. I can understand why some places really like Dragon Ball, but I'll be honest with you. Dragon Ball is so loved in Mexico. It is absolutely insane of how much this is loved. And I'll be honest with you, I love it. I love it. You know, Dragon Ball is something I grew up with, or Dragon Ball Z mainly. I haven't really seen any of the super stuff or anything like that. And for what I've seen, it looks great. I just don't really have the time to watch it and stuff. Um, I can make the time to watch it. Man, just something. Man, I just feel like I'm drinking water is not helping. Um, what is it? I can make time to watch it, but I would rather do content and stream and record and all that stuff. So that's the reason why I don't really make room for it. But it's interesting because for Mexico, why they love Dragon Ball so much, and you want to know why? You want to know why and how, or at least why Mexico loves Dragon Ball, is because when the game Sparking Zero came out, supposedly, I don't know how true this is, the crime of cartel activity went down by a substantial amount. I don't know the numbers or anything like that. I just heard of this. I don't know if it's true, but let's get on with the video and let's see how accurate my statements are. Oh, one more thing. It is by Jimmy Mayo. Yes, this is the channel I'm gonna be reacting to. Very first video from them. Yeah.
This is a government-sponsored public viewing of episode 130 of Dragon Ball Super, and over 15,000 people showed up in
Bro.
Ciudad Juarez, Mexico. People were cosplaying, they had food, the Spanish voice actors for Goku and Vegeta were even there live dubbing the entire thing. And this event even caused a
Bro, that's
diplomatic
crazy.
crisis between the Mexican and Japanese government. The Japanese embassy even echoed concerns about illegal screening, but a deal was eventually reached between the two. These are public viewing events that pop.
Oh, bro, that is dope, dude. Bro, imagine getting Japan to be, or yeah, the studio and the government to be like, okay, you could do you could do our screen, you could screen the episode, dude. You can't even do that for Disney. That's crazy. You can't even do that for Disney. Any public viewing or show anything like that, Disney's like, no, you must pay us all of your dollars for it. But no, Japan's like, okay. Well, I'm pretty sure there was a deal involved, but yeah, that's dope, man.
Pop up all over Mexico for the second to last
Oh, this
episode
is
of
the
Dragon Ball
Jiren
Super.
fight.
And if you
I think
haven't
that's
caught
who it
on
was.
just yet, Dragon Ball has a massive following in Latin America. And this is
Bro, look how
especially
many
true when we're
people are
talking about
there.
Mexico. You can say that Latin America is pretty crazy about Dragon Ball. This is
Yeah,
especially true in Mexico where people celebrate Goku as a cultural icon. Some
forty
sources even claim
percent.
that
Damn,
cartel
that's a lot.
activity falls for about 2 days after the release of a new episode. And there are even
There you go. Well, that was specifically the Dragon Ball episodes. But it's not Sparking Zero. But I think that leads true what I said about Sparking Zero coming out when the activity went down. That's crazy.
Dragon Ball Z parades in rural Mexico. They honored the series creator Akira Toriyama when he passed in March of 2024. And this is without a doubt one of the most
What?
surreal
That's
things that
so
I've ever seen.
awesome.
Everyone in Mexico knows about Dragon Ball Z from kids to grandpas.
you got
Even
you
if you
got
don't know anything
Nappa.
about anime, it's a
You
cultural
got
thing there.
Boo. I
As
don't remember who
everywhere on
that
the
guy's
internet,
name
and you'll
is.
find it, Mexico has the biggest as well as the most die-hard Dragon Ball fan base in the world. They are very devoted individuals, and some even claim that the percentage of fans is greater than that of the United States as well
Oh,
as
I
Brazil.
believe it,
There are
dude.
even suggestions that claim that Dragon Ball is more popular in Mexico than its native home of Japan. To me, the success of Dragon Ball.
Um, mm, it's debatable, but honestly, I would not doubt that at all. That Dragon Ball is more popular in Mexico, across all the nations. I don't doubt it, dude. 40% of Mexico's adults are they Dragon Ball fans. That's a lot of people. 40% in the population, bro. That's crazy, bro. Even a good friend, even my what is it, my best friend. is a big fan of Dragon Ball as well. Even I myself.
In Mexico and Latin America
Man's in
is rather
Mexico too.
strange. When I was in high school, the only place you really had Japanese anime was Toonami. In America, anime has only become mainstream recently.
Yeah.
Netflix and other platforms bet on big animated shows in 2021. TV executives are still confused about its success, and most Hollywood CEOs here still think of animation as a single thing content meant for children and family, and not a genre in itself where it contains content of all kind. The co-director of Kung Fu Panda 4 said that Hollywood execs totally see the influence and impact of anime on the world, but they still think that audience
Wait, Dexter's Laboratory was 1995? I had to run that back. I'm like, it's that old? I thought Dexter's Laboratory was more like in the 2000s, like early 2000s, like 2001 or something. I did not think it was that old. That's crazy.
don't really like these type of stories, so a cultural shift is really waiting to happen in the States. But
Cow
anime
and
has
chicken.
already become mainstream in Latin America, and it's been like that for a while now. According
Yeah,
to BB Media,
that's true.
Latin America has the highest percentage of anime fans, with 28% of users choosing anime as their favorite genre. And this is even followed by Asian Pacific regions along with US and Canada. Young people between the age of 16 to 24 are most likely to prefer anime to traditional shows. So
Mm-hmm.
why is Dragon Ball such a religion for the people of Mexico as well as the people of Latin America? To really understand
Oh
this,
yeah,
we need
look
to
at that.
understand the history of anime in Latin America and how it evolved over time. For starters, anime first started in Latin America back in the 1970s. Back then, Televisa president Emilio Milo bought the rights to show Japanese cartoon in Mexico, and he really did this because it was the cheapest option. With no domestic animation industry and the
Ooh.
high import costs for Warner Bros. And Hanna-Barbera cartoons,
Oh, that was dude. Imagine that. But because of anime was so obscure back in the 70s, that is absolutely crazy. That's crazy because yeah. It makes so much sense. Because in the 70s, anime was so obscure. That's the reason why like Astro Boy, what was the other one? Maybe even Dragon Ball is more like 80s, I believe. But like I think what was it? There's Astro Boy, Speed Racer. What else were they? I think is it Detective Cohen? Is that is no? I don't think that was 70s. I think that was also 80s as well. Man, there were other ones too. Trying to remember. Um, I can't remember. But yeah, I think those are like the infamous ones. Maybe I'm not too sure. Those ones are also 80s as well. But that's crazy. Yeah.
he had no other
Damn.
choice. Japan at the same time was trying to export their media, and they found a huge market in this region.
Yeah.
So instead of showing shows like Bugs Bunny or Flintstones, Latin America got a real taste of anime. He imported early titles including classic Japanese series such as Astro
There you
Boy,
go.
Kimba the White Lion,
Kimba.
and Mazinger.
Ooh,
These imported
Mazinger.
cartoons were not popular at
I forgot
first,
about
but they later
Kimba.
became a huge hit. With very few channels, there was nothing better to watch, and then more animes and networks began to emerge. A whole genre pretty much began to form in Latin America. And if you ask the older generation in Latin America, they'll most likely remember characters such as Heidi, Marco, and Candy. The rush to show the best anime was now a thing. TV Azteca aired classic series like Sailor Moon,
Mm,
Televisa imported Ranma 1 half, but the biggest hit of all was Dragon Ball. It first arrived in 1996 and quickly became
there you go.
Mexico's favorite
86.
anime. Latin
Yeah.
American Spanish dubs let audience in Mexico enjoy the show without subtitles. This really boosted its popularity. As a result, many Latin American countries saw a wave of Japanese animations during this period.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z really led the charge. Spanish and Portuguese dubbing was by far superior to other dub animes. The voice acting was powerful as well as memorable.
All right.
In the US, anime is heavily censored and altered to fit the local sensibility, while in Latin America, no such thing was
What does
necessary.
Frieza
The
sound like?
iconic performances match and even enhance the series' emotional depth. Fans often cite Mario Castaneda's voice as a key to the series' charm. He voiced Goku in the Latin American Spanish version. Castaneda's passionate portrayal
Wait, did he do also Young Goku as well? Probably. He probably also did Dragon Ball Goku. Damn, imagine that doing it for that long. Dude, who would have ever told you that Dragon Ball back in the 70s, no, it was the 80s, no 80s. In the 80s would lead you this far in life especially in popularity. That's crazy, dude.
of Goku became iconic. As a result, fans struggled to accept other voice actors in different versions. The Latin
Yeah, I
American
can
dub
see
kept
it.
so much of the original music and sound effects. It really preserved the show's tone and feel while making it
Of
relatable to the local
course.
audience.
Going out of your way to make different music, especially and you know what? Maybe that's the reason why the Four Kids one. I wonder if they ever heard the Four Kids version. They probably haven't. They probably got like straight just from like the raw show and dubbed it and still kept everything the same for this show. Because imagine hearing the American version. You know, I'm not even gonna sing the song. I don't even want to. I don't want to embarrass myself. But like the Four Kids version of it, dude, that is crazy. And they still kept the same intro that isn't even in Spanish. It's in Japanese. Bro, it's funny. It's just interesting. It's not funny, but it's cool that even in a different language, by just hearing the theme song, they already know what it is. That is awesome. That's unbelievably awesome. And still keeping the same sounds
It
too,
quickly
music.
became a staple for after school TV. Broadcasting
It's a
networks in
genius
Mexico,
move.
Argentina, and Brazil introduced Dragon Ball Z to kids. The series aired to free to air TV, so it's reachable to a wider audience. Unlike premium cable shows, Dragon Ball Z reached everybody, not just those who had money for cable. Its presence on the mainstream channel made it actually a cultural experience shared by millions. The series had long, drawn out battles that spanned multiple episodes. The show's rising stakes and emotional release matched the region's love for drama, so the show
Dang.
itself was very appealing. Children across the regions would rush home to catch the latest episode. This
Yeah.
created a massive fan base that
Same,
spanned
dude.
all classes. The series' many episodes and reruns connected with many generations of viewers. These Latin American countries were one of the earliest
Is that
adopters to this
GT?
art form. It has a deep cultural
Yeah, it
obsession with
is.
it that continues to this day. The anime streaming giant Crunchyroll estimates that Mexico is its fourth largest market worldwide. So why did Dragon Ball end up being such an icon in places like Mexico against a sea of other animations? There are many reasons to this, but to be fair, it really resonated with
It's crazy because even though it says Crunchyroll has, let me see,
Mexican identity.
even though it shows that Crunchyroll has 66 million more in Crunchyroll's market, right? And then Mexico being the fourth at 12 million, which is absolutely crazy too. But the thing about it is that that's just overall. That's literally just all of the anime and show that's available on that service. But having probably the biggest fan base being in Mexico, the biggest Dragon Ball, just a series alone, that's even a greater achievement.
Other animations. There are many reasons to this, but to be fair, it really resonated with Mexican identity and it created a culture behind it. Most people in Mexico truly resonated with the story of Dragon
Bro,
Ball
it's
Z.
crazy.
Goku, the underdog saying warrior,
A
thrilled the
giant
viewers.
banner,
His
a
traits were
post. I don't know.
perseverance, humility, loyalty, and a belief in self improvement. His humble beginnings and a drive to push to his limits resonated with the audience. They relate to his story of overcoming adversity. Latin American countries often struggle with social as well as economic issues, and people saw Goku as a symbol of hope and determination. Dragon Ball's theme of family, friendship, and
Oh
sacrifice
my
really
god.
connected with the
Why
Latin
is it his
American
blue
culture,
hair?
and these values
Oh
are
no,
deeply
is that supposed
embedded
to be
with
Super
many of
Saiyan
these
blue?
individuals. For example, Goku's willingness to risk everything to protect his loved
Oh,
ones
that's
made him a
awesome.
beloved figure in many households. Some will even say that the machismo culture in Latin America, especially Mexico, played a huge role. Telenovelas or soap operas have a lasting appeal. They feature macho male leads and glamorous females in melodramatic tales. This created a
Mm,
taste for characters like the brawny Goku and his friends. Goku is a buff man's man, he loves his family, returns to the land of the dead once in a while, and
yeah.
adheres to his strong desire for duty. It's basically powered up muscle heads at supersonic speeds, duking it out. They're shooting lasers and blowing up planets, and what's really not to love? And if you really think about it, the Mexican audience love high energy sports, like
Yeah, this
soccer
is
and
true.
wrestling. They emphasize competition and the dramatic stories.
Bro, that is what dude, that is look how many people that's holding up the poster or whatever. That is crazy. Believe me, Name one, like name show me a crowd that has showed their favorite anime character or figure or show or whatever. I would see, something like this that shows like the country's flag. I give it that. But a character of a show, an anime show in particular, that's even crazier.
And
Wow.
Dragon Ball Z's epic battles, with their powerful techniques and grand transformations, fit a craving for action. And watching Dragon Ball is not just a thing that you do at home by yourself, it's also a social activity. Malls in Mexico play Dragon Ball in the food courts, friends and siblings and even parents would gather together around the TV to watch the latest battle. And this shared viewing experience helped viewers bond with the show. It really became a nostalgic cultural
Mm-hmm.
landmark for many. And as these children grew into adults, Dragon Ball became more than just an anime. They grew up with it. Goku became a figure representing their childhood. Nostalgia kept the
Yeah.
series popular even into the 21st century. Adults passed their love for the show to the next generation. Even in the internet age, memes and social media have kept Dragon Ball relevant. Goku and other Dragon Ball character memes are now a online staple. They have
Very
cemented the
much.
series in the public mind.
Bro, my friend has, dude, my what is it? My friend has sent me quite a bit, like quite a bit of Dragon Ball like Dragon Ball memes and things. I mean, I mean, of course, yeah, I'm pretty sure you can find like a lot of like like American and whatever memes of of the show, but he sent me quite a lot of like of Dragon Ball Z memes and things like that, and it's all in Spanish, and I'm looking at this, I'm like, bro, I can't even read this. I'm like, I can listen to it fairly okay, but reading it, bro, you lost me.
Memes, jokes, and viral video about Dragon Ball have kept it alive for the new generation. They engage with the series in a modern way, decades after the original run. For example, Goku's catchphrases and his power-up scenes are often referred to in online discussions. They also blend humor with nostalgia. His transformation into Super Saiyan is also a popular topic. These memes show Dragon Ball's long-lasting impact. They
Oh, dude,
also
I feel
connect
like
with
I've seen
older
that
as well
video
as younger
before.
fans, keeping the series' legacy alive. Dragon Ball is dominant in Latin America, in
Yeah, yeah,
particular
yeah,
Mexico. Its success comes from its accessibility, cultural resonance, and community engagement. The show's
yeah.
theme of perseverance, family, and self-improvement really resonated in this region. And Goku became more than just a character. He became a symbol for hope, strength, and unity. Even
Mm-hmm.
decades after the original airing, Dragon Ball is still a beloved cultural touchstone in
Yeah,
Latin
that
America.
man watched it
Its
when he was a
fan and
kid.
nostalgia have kept the legacy alive. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys found this interesting. And the next video I'm going to do is why
It's
the Washington Wizards have so many
it's
fans on
crazy,
Weibo, a Chinese Twitter-like app. If you're interested in such a topic, make sure to follow and subscribe for
dude. That's crazy.
more. And thank
I
you guys
think
so
yeah,
much
that's
for
the end
watching
of
this
it.
video. And I'll see you guys again next week.
Dude, that's crazy, man. Dude, what a banger! This is a banger video. Is dude, it's crazy, man. Just seeing like how much of just hardcore fans of oops, sorry, of like hardcore fans of Dragon Ball, the Dragon Ball series alone. It's crazy. Just having the entire nation, not the entire nation, but the nation of Japan, you know, it's pretty much come to an agreement to do an airing of a public airing of the show, with people. Dude, how many people attended that event? I bet you anything. I bet you anything. I bet you anything. I highly believe, which is in speculation, cartel members were there too, and probably some of them, maybe not advised. They probably weren't even hired by the government, but some of them were probably patrolling around to so nothing would happen. Probably, or maybe they were there watching themselves. It's crazy to think, man. But yeah, dude. Uh, it's amazing, man. It's amazing how a show like this that resonated so much with people, with a lot of people growing up when they were kids in the 80s. And what was it, 87? No, 86. And yeah, man, that's crazy. And it's a genius move because um having these shows being being streamlined in the 70s was a smart was a which actually is an idea that I didn't think probably they probably thought wouldn't pay off because as what it was said earlier in the video that this was done by a cheap option, a cheap alternative. And of course, in the 70s, for some of you who don't know or maybe do know, um, as it was said before earlier, it was very niche. It was a very it was pretty much it was very very niche, very small, and it was pretty much starting out. And of course, is what he said, is that Japan wanted to branch out and to reach other parts of the world. And of course, US wasn't exactly that interested, of course, in that. And maybe other places, were not really that fully interested. But it's interesting that Mexico was like, yes, we'll take it because of how cheap it is, not because we want it. Is mainly because how cheap, uh, the the how cheap the TV shows will be aired and all that. Because getting Warner Brothers, who else? What is it? You got Warner, you got um uh Disney, probably Pix. Oh, actually, no, probably not Pixar, but like, yeah, Warner Brothers, Disney, a lot of classic what is it? A series that would have been way too expensive for them to get. So their cheap option was just anime. And man, whoever thought that years later that would massively pay off, especially for Dragon Ball. It's just, yeah, it is interesting that Dragon Ball really really something was something that the people resonated so much with overpowering adversity, dealing with difficult challenges, overcoming challenges, with wanting to self improve and all that stuff. It's very interesting, why the people in Mexico like the series so much. It's amazing. But I mean, seeing that crowd of people show up, show the face of Goku, dude, that is amazing, dude. I never ever seen that before. That's awesome, man. I would like to attend one of these parades of Dragon Ball. That's really really cool, man. But anyway, and also they showed Dragon Ball GT, which I was surprised that people actually really like Dragon Ball GT. Because for me, I didn't really like it a whole lot. Maybe because it was like it was supposed to be an alternate reality of a story. Maybe that's why I didn't like it, because I just wanted to see the main thing. But yeah, man. What's crazy is that one more tangent. Um, I that feeling of like of that awe of seeing the Dragon Ball series. I'll be honest with you. A while back, probably like a year or so ago, um, I streamed Dragon Ball Kakarot, and I won't lie to you, man. Even though some people they didn't really like it, because they thought it was repetitive and all the other stuff, which I understand. It really it does have that feeling sometimes that it has its own, that sometimes it's repetitive. Um, but I very enjoyed that game a lot. I enjoyed so much of the cutscenes and the things that are happening. I was very glad that this was a game that cut out a lot of the fat that the show has, because believe me, there's a lot of things that do not happen in Dragon Ball. There's a lot of filler episodes, and the game just cuts all of that out and shows you the more important stuff, which is great. And I'll be honest with you, I really really enjoyed Kakarot, because I haven't played a Dragon Ball game in so many years. I mean, the last one I vividly remember playing was Budokai, or Budokai 2. And dude, when did that come out? That was like in the GameCube era. So years and years, like a decade plus, I'm not playing a Dragon Ball game and then playing Kakarot. Others didn't. Maybe some people liked it, others didn't. But me, I loved it. I loved every bit of it. It was so enjoyable for me to play, especially catching up with like the Super story, with Goku getting Super Saiyan Blue, Goku Vegeta getting blue, and the Frieza invasion and all that stuff. It was cool seeing it, man. I very very much enjoyed it. But anyway, enough reminiscing. Uh, Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys really enjoyed. This was a great video, and it really showed me why Mexico loved Dragon Ball, because I've heard of this for a long time. Of that Dragon Ball was a massive fan base of Mexico was a massive fan had a massive fan base of Dragon Ball, and now I know why. It's very fascinating. But anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like the video if you like it, and leave a comment of why you like Dragon Ball, or did you know that Mexico had a big following of Dragon Ball? Um, as I said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, peace.